first of all, thank you for waiting. First things first, can you see us and can you hear us? I'll take just one moment while Hannah gets the chat up. Alan, can you see us and can you hear us? Ghost, brilliant.
Oh.
Thank you very much.
I've got to let the ad play.
Right. We will do this the same as we have done before, in that I will answer as many questions as I can do. Hannah will write them down. So in the comments section of this chat, if you have a question, just enter it in. If I don't get to it straight away, there's no need to keep repeating it and repeating it. Hannah has probably written it down, and as soon as I finish the ones that I'm doing, I'll get to them. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, what an exciting time we are. Weather's not been fantastic here, but we have managed to get out a couple of times. I have got some nice videos in editing at the moment. Yeah, I won't say too much about that. I'm just going to go straight into the questions, and that's just led me on to the first one. Is a lot of people have been asking me on the post that I put up this morning, and since we did our last live, is what plans do we have? What are we doing? What are we working on? Now, how do you pull such a fit wife? Did you write that?
Just paid James a £5 to slip in a few good comments.
We did have an awful lot of plans that we talked about in the last live, and unfortunately this recent restrictions coming, like I was talking about buying a new boat. A lot of people have been asking about that. Unfortunately, because of the restrictions, I haven't been able to get out and view any new boats, so the boat hunt at the moment is on hold. As for our other plans, we've got to stay local. So we have managed to get out fishing quite a few times. We have managed to get out onto the shore a few times, but it's only really local to our district. Louis the Click, we do not reveal the locations of our videos. Unfortunately, I am held two reasons there. If I recommend to somebody that that's a mark that I've fished and it can be a little bit dodgy, like a couple of the marks that we do, and Derek, I've just mentioned about that. If someone goes to a mark that I've recommended and they do themselves a mischief, I'm kind of responsible. Also, there are an awful lot of these marks here where you can only fish one or two people. And I know personally I've fallen foul of good marks getting publicised to the wrong people and people ruining them. There's quite a lot of the marks that we have down in Cornwall here where you have to cross over a farmer's land to get to them. And if people are leaving gates open or leaving rubbish or that type of thing, having fires, then it upsets landowners. So you can understand where we have to be a little bit careful about what we reveal in the videos. Can I just ask, please, at the moment, and this is going to be one of the things that I keep mentioning, is if you like the video, we already have 2 dislikes on this live stream, and we've been going for 3 minutes, so we've not been doing too badly. Can you all please just click that like button there, because it does help the traction of the video. We have 390 people watching, and it was 72 likes when I mentioned that. So if you can just click that like button for me, please. One of the questions we had from Gabriel Kane and Lindsay Ann Warren. Now, Lindsay Ann Warren, she's not been very well lately. She's doing fantastically though. She's recovering from cancer. I know that you'll all share me in offering your well wishes and support to those. And it was a really interesting question that he asked. It was on a few of the videos that we've passed. I've given a little bit of just brief mention to fossils and a little bit of the, I was going to say, the structure of the coastline. There's some areas that go to a couple of the videos where I did them in the northeast where you'll see it's all sandstone. Down here we have incredibly hard granite, or specifically Mylar shale. And his ask was, in the video where I was up in Whitby, you saw me finding belemnites, ammonites and iron pyrites, also called fool's gold. They were asking if we get that down here because you get it just up the coast at Lyme Regis. Well, the strata here is quite different. It's all, I'm not going to remember the exact terminology for this, but it's not the same type of rock. Generally, your fossils that you'll find will be in sedimentary rock. This isn't. This is metamorphic rock. This has gone through that much pressure and that much heat that there aren't very many fossils saved in them. and it's very, very hard. So I hope that answers the question. We will be going to areas. Where in the northeast have you fished, mate? I used to live up there, so I've fished all over the northeast. When we return to the northeast, we will be doing some more fossil hunting as soon as we can. When the
Nothing. Sorry.
I think she's referring to some of my past in the northeast. Yeah, attractive and with an amazing sense of humour.
That was like every Saturday night for you.
Mark Walker, moving on. Mark Walker asked, he said, of lobsters, crays, craws, or like a cock crab, what do you prefer eating? I would put it in order. I love lobster meat and white crab meat as well. Depending on what I choose on the day. Personally, a lot of people have said to me about trying crayfish, crawfish, spiny rock lobster because they said it was absolutely delicious. Now, I tried them. They were lovely, but it was just like a big prawn. I mean, it was. What did you? You had them as well.
Sorry, what were we talking about?
The spiny rock lobsters that we had. It was.
Yeah, wasn't that
It was
cute?
just like a massive prawn. I was expecting it to blow me away. I was gonna have to say lobster, mate. So yeah, lobster, which we're lucky because we do manage to get quite a few of them. Thank you very much to everyone who's clicked the like button. We've just gone up 250 likes in the past 3 minutes. So that's amazing. Anybody here that's new, that's joined onto the chat, thank you very much for joining us. There are an awful lot of questions coming in really quickly. Hannah is writing them down. I will get to them. Callum, amazing. Thank you very much. That brings me on to actually a question I was just about to go on. So a lot of people have been mentioning about the Shore Fishing for Beginners playlist, which I've been building. For any of you who aren't aware, I've created a playlist on the channel now, which is simply called Shore Fishing for Beginners. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to start from the very beginning, which is I've shown how to find a fishing mark, how to fish from a pier, fishing from a beach, and I've just done one recently, which was a brief introduction to rods and reels. So people starting out, you might find it, hopefully you'll find it helpful. Hopefully it will cut down your learning curve. I honestly wish that I had something like that when I started out.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
Right, sorry, I was just checking.
When I started out, you had to learn off someone that was older than you. Chad, thank you very much.
James Hall.
James Hall.
That one. There was no question.
James Hall, 82. If you're the same James Hall that I went to school with, just give me a little thumbs up. Because that would be unusual. That would be very unusual. God, it'll be maybe 20 years since I saw him. Small world. Yeah, the videos. Ken, I'll come on to that. That's another question I've got. Thank you very much for that, Ken. I will be building more onto the Shore Fishing for Beginners. I will hopefully be doing a casting video. I'm going to get a couple of guys in who are very good multiplier casters. I aren't. And I will go through different types of rods, like 13, 14, 15 foot, how it will help you. Some Conti rods. We'll try and get quite a few together when we can get people together, and we will do some casting videos. Marty MC, that's amazing, mate. Thank you very much for the donation. For anybody who doesn't know, if you can see them that are coming through, those are super chats or super stickers, and it's a way that people are contributing to the channel, and we're using contributions like that to pay for things like fuel or bait. And if someone has a question that they really want to be answered, that is a good way of making sure it flags up so that we see it. One question that we got from Jeremy Caper, or Capper, I'm hoping I'm saying that right. He said, do you use trot lines or jug lines in the UK? Jimmy K, you just find that one from, I'm just going to flick this down. Jimmy K, it's absolutely my pleasure. We are simply sharing what we know and love doing. And especially at a time like now, I truly hope that if nothing else, we're providing a little bit of a positive distraction for people while things are so difficult. The trot lines and jug lines, for anybody who doesn't know, a jug line basically is just, it's a jug, a bottle, a milk bottle that floats. And all you do is you tie a line to it, put a hook with a bait on, and you chuck it in and let it float around. Usually what they do is they use them in rivers. So they'll go upstream a couple of miles, chuck 10 jug lines out, steam downstream, moor the boat up, have a fire, and when the jugs float past, they go and pull them in, and sometimes they've got fish on. Now, you aren't allowed to do that in rivers in the UK. Lionel, amazing, thank you very much. And Gerald, Hello from Texas. I found the video about rods and reels very helpful. It is absolutely my pleasure, Gerald. I truly hope that the Shore Fishing for Beginners playlist, amongst other videos that we have on the FishLocker workshop that are aimed at the introduction level into fishing, I hope that they help people out. The jug lines and trot lines, commercial fishermen used to use them for bass, but sometimes it's hard to keep track of them, and occasionally you get a bycatch gannet when you're doing it because they're baits away from the boat, so it's not used very often. And I know it's illegal to use it in rivers, but it is a very good way of catching catfish in the States. I have used it before. Natalie Davis, it is our pleasure, really. Jeremy Roberts, hi John and family, love the show, would love to know thoughts on low fishing for bass from the shore in cloudy water. Is there any point? Definitely there's any point. Fish still feed in cloudy water. I would just say, you'll know yourself if you're into lure fishing that you get different types of lures. Some of them, some of my friends fish for bass in the dark with a black lure. You can't tell me that they see it. They feel it. You can use lures that create vibrations in the water. You can use rattlers, you can use jointed lures. There's ever so many other ones. And if fish are hungry, if we've had bad weather, fish will be feeding. So they'll be there to be caught. Collaborations with other channels. Yes, we have planned, we are working on, and there are currently plans in motion with several other different size channels across the UK that we are hoping to work with in the future. Unfortunately, like everybody else at the moment, we're having to remain in our bubble, so we aren't able to do that. Gabriel Kane, that's it's not my pleasure at all, mate. And Lindsay, chin up. I hope you're doing well, and we pass our very best on to you. Stephanie Farrell, love your videos. My dad and I watch your videos as soon as they get posted. Lots of love from Newfoundland in Canada. That is amazing. It's yeah, it really just shows you how small a world it is. We've just had another one come through.
Stop touching it.
No, because I had to rewind back to see it. David Anderson, are you related to Arnold Locker? Yes, they are all apples from the same tree. If you go back far enough, it's like my granddad's granddad was his granddad's brother. So if you go back far enough, we're all related. And the other one was Paul Jones. V for victory. Thank you very much for that, mate. I saw one come through there from Fishing Tom.
I've already written it down.
Oh, right, okay, brilliant.
Don't be reading them off the screen.
All right,
You do your job.
Yeah, I'll do my job, you do yours.
That wasn't my job, clearly.
This is Hannah's. Tom Fox, would you ever go to Lincolnshire? We definitely would. As soon as we're able to, we do plan on crossing a lot of the UK. When we are able to do that, what we'll do is we'll put some questions out to people via the FishLocker Facebook page. And if you have got anywhere you think is worth a look, then we will do it. So just keep your eye out. Goose, NUFC, watching with his wife and 12-week-old daughter. They watched through lockdown and pregnancy, and I think the baby recognises my voice. That's
haunting.
Andrew King, thank you very much. Alex, brilliant, mate, amazing. It's funny that actually, because it's one of those things that I've thought about. Not that your baby would recognise my voice, because that would be quite unusual. But my mother used to play songs to me when I was in her stomach. So she tells me, I don't remember. And then at a time in my life, I heard some songs on, and I was thinking, I know this song, and yet I'd never heard it before. And it turns out that was one of the songs she used to play all the time during the pregnancy. It's one of them unusual things. I love that you're enjoying the channel together. This is simply sharing all of our lives. Hannah does have her own channels as well. It's possibly that your wife might take an interest in. She has actually. That is a perfect opportunity for me to plug my wife's new channel. Would you like to talk about it for a couple of seconds, or do you want me to just stick to my job and you stick to yours?
Well, it was one of the questions, wasn't it? Someone's asked if I could do more cooking videos. So we've started a separate cooking channel. Well, it's going to be cooking, baking, and then just a little bit more lifestyle, behind the scenes sort of stuff, like days in the life of. And
what I will do is I will tag it into the description of this video when we're finished. But if anybody's got the free time, it's called Hannah's House and Home. And you will recognise the person on it because it's Hannah. So Hannah's House and Home. She's only just started the channel out, so she's still building on the playlists.
Literally like days.
So I think there's only maybe a dozen videos on there, but she will be increasing those as time goes on. I did miss one there. I'm sorry about that. As I was talking.
Look at these.
Cardigan Bay Fishing Adventures. Hope the FishLocker family is all okay during these times. Also, thank you for the inspiration to start my own channel. We spoke about it a year ago. It's absolutely my pleasure, mate. If you need any help like that, just give me a shout. I'm more than happy to share some of the lessons learned. Hopefully, it will stop you from making a few of the same mistakes that I did. Ken Watanabe, is that what you say? Watanabe? How did you two meet? Hannah and I met. I'm going to say we met on the street. I'm trying to say this in a way. Someone asked this in a previous live, and it sounded like that she was waiting for me on the corner of the docks when I come off a ship, and that wasn't how it happened at all. Hannah's really tall, and most people in Cornwall aren't, so she stood about 1.5 foot taller than everybody else, and I saw her, and I went up to her, and using my northern confidence, I just said, "Hey, love, does they fancy a tickle?" No, I didn't. I just said, "Hello, my name's John. What have I got to do to see more of you?" And she chinned me off. She told me to go away. So I followed her down the street. And I just weighed her down. Eventually ground her down until she said yes. Venomous One, do you have a go-to rig from the bank, depending on the conditions? I only ever really use half a dozen rigs. They're all on videos on the FishLocker Workshop channel. Nick Canning, that is actually quite amusing. Yes, you see that?
Yes, I do.
I've just missed a note. Sorry, they keep coming in too
I'm not
fast.
going to say anything funny because I got in trouble.
No, we got in trouble last time. Yeah, Hannah does have a sister. She lives with her wife in Manchester with their 3-year-old son.
2-year-old son.
2-year-old son. I forget my own birthday, so I can be forgiven for forgetting theirs. And Paul Jones, yes, got to that one. Which one was this one? Daniel Nash, thank you very much, mate. Yeah, if you haven't got a question to go with it, that's okay. I will stop touching that now because my fat fingers keep pushing the phone. I'll just get to Leon Pello. What do you think of the Trident tackle components? I've been asked this a few times. You aren't by any chance affiliated with Trident tackle, are you? I have never used them. The reason I've never used them is because up until this point in my life, I haven't found a need for them. Now, if I haven't needed them yet, I'm quite confident that I can continue fishing without them. So that's why I haven't bought any. They might be really good, but at the moment, I haven't found a need for them, so I haven't used them. There are a few people who've done reviews on them online, and they do seem to work quite well. They do seem to have a lot of plastic in them, though. That's the only thing. From looking on the outside, I haven't worked with them. I haven't taken them apart. I haven't fished with them. They just do seem to contain quite a lot of plastic. If you've got any opinions of them, send me a private message, and I might look into them. But no, I've never used them. Scott Williams, is it the same method to bleed all fish as you've shown with the cod? I didn't show it with the cod. I showed it with some mackerel. For anybody that's interested, because that actually brings me onto some more questions. People have been asking me before, a lot of times before, about how to dispatch and how to bleed fish for the table. If you're going to, like any animals that will go through the food industry, they will be dispatched and they will be bled, and that's because it preserves the meat better. 1 second. Gary Farrell, do you get bluemouth bass in Cornwall? One of my targets. Bluemouth bass, the only bass that we get here in the UK is the European sea bass. People are whinged now because I called it a sea bass. One of my targets this year, along with John Dory in Southern Ireland. I'm not sure what you mean by a bluemouth bass, Gary. I tell you what, send me a private message to the FishLocker Facebook page, and I'll have a chat with you about that. But yeah, John Dory's is a good target to go for. Dispatching of fish. I've always maintained that I was never going to show it on the channel because there are people that get upset about the dispatching of fish. Right, I tried to find a way around it. I've just recently done a video which was smoking mackerel in a tin. I've done two tin cooking ones now. I'm going to build on that playlist as well. I'm quite excited about that. And what I do is I've already dispatched and I've already bled them. So I demonstrate the method on an already dead fish to try and get round the fact that people don't want to see me kill anything. Well, I didn't. It was already dead when I showed you. Jack came back. I'm back. Keep up the brilliant work. Thank you very much, Jack. I will put that to a boat trip. Thank you very much, mate. Yeah, the Jimmy method, mine is like an adaptation to that, and it will work on all fish. It's the same principles, because even though their physiology changes slightly between fish like flatfish, roundfish, eels, they've all got gills, they've all got a spinal cord, they've all got a brain. So it all works the same. Harry, favourite fish to eat? Probably now, actually, that salmon that we had on the beach the other day that we cooked in a tin. That was absolutely amazing. I recommend it. Anybody that, if you get a chance to try that camping, it's fantastic. Just the simplest, like a sweet tin, a quality street tin, Rosie's tin, shortbread tin, it all works.
Clearly no one's watched it though, because it did rubbish.
Yeah. We have got 778 people watching and 531 likes. If there's anybody new, please can you just flick over and just give the video a like. Just do me a favour, please. Thank you. Spearfin. I've been knocking out some cracking videos lately, mate. Love the content you put out very much. Very educational. Have you ever fished on the Edison? If so, how did you find it? Only once. Yeah, the only problem with the Edison is it is very well known and very unmistakable in videos. So it does get hammered, especially by the commercial fishermen. Yeah, fantastic spot for diving as well. Angus, what fish are about at the moment? I can say with absolute confidence that the fish that are around at the moment, no matter where you are in the UK, are dogfish. Everything else, it's conditions. Right now at the moment in Cornwall, I was fishing yesterday, and there's more mackerel here than there was all of summer. So we've got mackerel, whiting, dogfish, bullus, thornback rays. There will be bass, but we're currently, it's in a no-take. It's a no-take season because they're breeding at the moment. Someone got really upset with me the other day because I said it was a bass ban. And I said, well, explain to me how it isn't a bass ban. Are you allowed to take them? And he went, no. And I said, all right, so it's a bass ban then.
Why was he upset?
Because he said I was lying to people, and he said it wasn't a ban. It was just a closed season. I was like, well, it's the same thing. Mad Dog, apart from me, what is your best catch? Did you write that?
No.
Right. I'm not sure. I'm honestly not sure. There are some fish that were absolutely amazing, where it meant an awful lot to me because it was a target that I had for a long time, and other ones where it was just a complete fluke, and I was over the moon for it just by the look. So yeah, there's a lot of them. Tuna, skate, John Dory's, like monster congers, lings, sharks, a lot of it. I love them all, even dogfish. Sean, best bait for bass. We have some fantastic videos on the channel showing you how to fish with live prawn and live mackerel for bass. Those would be the baits I would recommend. If you're fishing from the shore, you can still use live baits, but I would say baits that outfish everything else, peeler crab. Everything loves peeler crab. Lewis, who is better at fishing, you or me? Does he mean me or him, or me and you? I would say probably Hannah. She outfishes me almost every time that we ever go out. She just does it every time. That's probably why I don't take her fishing with me very often.
It's too cold at the minute for me.
What's the biggest starfish you have ever found? Probably this big. What does that say? It's me.
Yeah.
Right. What is your go-to sidewinder for all species? Probably the Skerry's eel in pearl. 27 gram Skerry's eel in pearl. Several of my videos I've tagged it. Actually, that gave me a good opportunity to mention. I get asked an awful lot, what tackle do I use? What rigs do I use? What swivels, what line, what lures? What I've started doing is I've created a folder on the FishLocker Facebook page. In that folder, there are pictures of the exact tackle that we use. So like the exact hooks, the exact swivels, the exact line, the exact rod, the exact reel, all of it. And I've put links into there where you can buy that. So literally you'll just click on the picture, and in the comments there will be, this is the link to buy this. And you click on it and it'll lead you straight to it. Hopefully that will get to that. hopefully that will, not only will it free me up more time that I won't have to keep telling people the same things, but hopefully it will make it quicker for you, that you can go on there and you can find it and you're like, right, what leads does he use? Right, that's on there. What lines does he use? Right, that's on there. What reels does he use? Right, that's on there. And if they're used in a specific video, I reference the video in the comments so you can see them working. So you're like, oh, well, how does he use this reel? You will see in the video. I hope it helps. It's called FishLocker Fishing Tackle and it's on the FishLocker Facebook page. Right, Daniel Nash, I'm holding this comment here. Because you both are not only 100% are in it together, but it's quite simply the best fishing channel out there. Nice work, and the knowledge is outstanding. Daniel Nash, that is amazing. Thank you very much. That is an incredibly generous donation. Thank you. We're just simply sharing what we know and we love doing. I honestly, I hope it helps folks out. Yeah, that's blown me away. That. Thank you very much. Gunsman 360. 1 second. Do you sell any merchandise products? Yes, we do. We sell FishLocker clothing. I don't know if you can see some of it that's in there. If you want to go and find where that is, it's on a T-Mill store. It's on an online store. And that is tagged into the location of every single video on the channel. And it is pinned to the top of the FishLocker Facebook page. If you wanted to Google it, you could just Google T-Mill FishLocker and it'll come up. And that's got all the clothing on there. Right. Where am I at here? Fishing Tom. All right. Sorry, Tom. I said I would get to it. The likes are doing well. That's fantastic. Thank you very much. For anyone that's just new, if you can just give the video a like, that would be amazing. It does help the video. What got you into YouTube? Who inspired you to start? This beautiful lady next to me, she inspired me to start.
I didn't inspire him, I instructed him.
Is that what it was? Yeah, that was it. It was, Hannah was like, she was looking around and we used to watch some of the videos, and without naming names, some of the guys that have been around a while, that have been making videos a while, we used to watch them. And every now and again they used to just do something and we would think, John, you can do better than that. Why don't you do a channel? We
were just trying to find other ways of switching up what we're doing. We didn't want to keep doing normal boring jobs, did we?
Yeah.
Obviously, I think any young boy's dream would be to find a way to fish and...
Yeah, but that wasn't why we started it, was it?
We didn't expect that this was going to happen.
It started as a bit of fun. It started as a bit of a... Well, to be honest, it was at a time in our lives when we needed a bit of a distraction because James was really, really ill. For anybody that isn't aware, because you haven't seen... I've only really mentioned it in one video. I mentioned it in my lockdown video from March last year. James just recently finished 3 years of chemotherapy for leukemia.
I think it was just the anniversary of when we rang the bell.
Yeah.
Or maybe the 7th.
So yeah, up until that point in time, we were under quite a lot of pressure because our little boy had leukemia.
Yeah, so I'd given up.
So I needed something where I could focus myself into it so that I didn't go crazy. So I just channeled myself towards this. That was kind of how it started. And I could take James out on the boat with me because it was in the open air. So that's what we did. We just took him out fishing. James is doing very well now. He's just laid in the other room watching a... what was it? What's he watching?
He's watching
Avatar. Thank you very much, mean mum. That's very kind of you. Yeah, he's cracking. As you can see in all of the videos, most of the videos, the earlier ones, you will see that he's wearing a woolly hat, and that's because he had no hair. And you will never once hear him ever whinge. He smiled all the way through it. He was just an absolute trooper. So yeah, people wouldn't have even known.
It's mad, isn't it? Like, he doesn't know.
No, we've kind of done that. We'll move on from that anyway because it's getting a little bit emotional. When will the pots be out fishing again? I was hoping to put them out in Easter, just because it's better weather by then. You've got more chance of getting out to them all the time. No, Avatar, the one with the blue people in it. Not Avatar Airbender. Matty MC, what do you do with the wrasse? Eat it or bait? The wrasse are quite a slow growing fish, and they're a very important part of the marine ecosystem. They eat an awful lot of parasites, so we don't take them to eat. They aren't very good eating. They aren't a good eating fish. They're much better just to look at. So when we can put them back, we do. Would you fish in the Mersey? I have fished in the Mersey before. I fished for the Navy actually in a inter-services comp from the shore in the Mersey. Yeah, I have every intention of going back there sometime.
I love Liverpool.
Paul Jones, how do you rate Achios versus Penn fixed spool reels? I will have to be absolutely brutally honest here, and I will say, Michael, thank you very much. That's very kind of you. Penn, you get what you pay for. If you've got a company that brings out budget reels to suit like entry level, they are not going to be as good as the ones that are top of the range. So you can buy a Penn reel that is aimed at entry level, that's 45 quid, or you can buy a Penn reel like that one there. Where it costs 3 times more and it's 3 times the reel. So yeah, Achios, they make some entry level stuff and they make some top end stuff. Penn do entry level and Penn do top level. You can't really compare the two. I would say, yeah, that's my only answer. That's all I can give you. Is if you did manage to find 2 reels that were the same class, the same price, and use them up together, I would be happy to see what that worked out at. But I can't really answer. All I know is that the Penn stuff that I use, the reels, the fixed spool reels, are exceptional. James, is there any difference between a pulley rig and a pulley dropper? Yes, there is. There is a definite difference between a pulley rig and a pulley dropper. I have videos of both of those on the FishLocker Workshop channel. If you go on and have a look at it, it'll be easy to see. Pen affinities are great. Yeah, I've got one. Mine's about 4 years old now. Thank you very much for everyone that's hitting the like button, and thank you for Devon Fishing for reminding people. Oh, I've just said that. George Ray, thank you very much, mate. Easy. Billy, do you like freshwater fishing? Yes, we do. We have a couple of freshwater fishing videos on the channel. I just don't do it as much.
I really like it.
Yeah, well, we haven't got too many freshwater venues within a close range at the moment. And when the sea fishing is as good as what it is around here, yeah, we have a boat as well. So
Just a nice switch up. It's nice and chilled, isn't
do
it?
enjoy a bit of carp fishing.
When we do the camping with it, it's good.
When you change your hook lengths on flapper rigs, what clips do you use? My 2 hook flapper rigs, I don't generally have interchangeable hook lengths just because they're that long. And because a swivel on a hook length that long, it tends to knot up. So, thank you very much, Devon Fishing. On the interchangeable hook lengths for other, like a pulley rigs, for instance, I just use a little barrel swivel and I use a little metal clip. In fact, actually, I think I've got one of those in there.
Probably about 5 in the washing machine.
Yeah, Hannah keeps pulling them out of the washing machine because I leave them in my pockets. No, I haven't got it. Just little clips. I will, if I haven't already, I will put a picture of them and a link to them in the FishLocker fishing tackle on the Facebook page I was talking about earlier. What's your favourite type of fishing? Beach, lake, boat? I'm going to have to say boat. I love my boat fishing. Richard White, hi John, any tips for someone wanting to get into YouTube doing fishing and foraging? Got a couple of... Right. Richard, one of the earliest lives I ever did was a video on what it's like to have a fishing channel. Go back and watch that because I explained an awful lot into it. A couple of things about what to do when starting out and a couple of things to avoid doing and the way that we can all help each other. So have a look at that. It's one of the earliest lives I did and it's in the title. What's happened there?
It's asked the same question about 45 times.
Yeah, I've mentioned it already.
It's already written down anyway.
Don't mention it 25 times because all you're doing is you're just making it difficult for Hannah to find the question. She has written them down. We will get to them. Have you ever thought about spinning for tree trout in the Fal estuary? There aren't enough sea trout in the Fal estuary to make it worth my while. Sea trout are occasionally caught, but they're usually like fluke, lucky captures. What's the deepest mark you've ever fished and what were you targeting? I've fished all over, mate. I've fished up in Scotland, where we're fishing in 300 metres of water. I've fished, the deepest that we get off here is about 300 foot. One of my videos actually, I was me anchored up in there and I had to re-anchor like 7 times. But yeah, skate in deep water, conger reels in deep water, that type of thing. Kieran, any mackerel from the shore in Devon? I'm sorry, mate, I couldn't tell you, of course I don't know where in Devon you are, but we've got them from the shore here in Cornwall. Jesse, what's the best method for shore fishing for mackerel? I would say probably a spinner. You have either a metal spinner or using a float with like a little strip of mackerel belly on it. Fished it about maybe 3 feet below the surface. The reason I can say float is because if you've got a wind behind you, you can cast it out and let the wind take it out in further than what you can cast. Right, what have we got here? Have you ever fished North Wales? No, I did fish South Wales around the Pembrokeshire coast, but I didn't pick the best time to go because it was absolutely horrendous weather. Do you think that bluefin will become a landable species in the UK? No. No, it will not become a landable species. Possibly get it as a catch and release fishery, but it won't be a landable species. This is just for James. He can get anything but Sunderland FC gear. Right.
You won't be getting football gear, would
No.
you?
From Fergus, Jenny and Emily. Thank you very much, Fergus, Jenny and Emily. Thank you very much. I know exactly what we'll put that towards because at the moment he's been asking for a rhino triceratops from the Camp Cretaceous. For anybody who knows what that is. Flappy Paddles has heard dogfish can taste of ammonia. Do you have any tips on cooking this? Some people say you can be lucky and you can be unlucky. You can catch 2 of them and kill them both at the same time and then cook them both at the same time, and one will taste more of ammonia than the other one will. I would say that what some people do is you skin them, and we've got a video on the FishLocker channel actually, a catch and cook one. Paul Gower, thank you very much. And they soak it in milk overnight to get rid of the ammonia taste. That might help you out.
We did do a catch and cook.
I just said that.
Oh, sorry, I'm not listening.
What is the strangest? When do you ever? What is the strangest thing that has happened to you out at sea? I don't know.
Strangest, the most like wow thing, those whales.
Yeah.
In the summer.
Yeah, there's a video on the channel from earlier on where I got some amazing drone footage of some minke whales and a fin whale. As for strangest,
We've never seen like a body or anything.
no. But then again, I've spent quite a lot of my time at sea. I've been at sea in the Navy. I used to work offshore. Yeah. Dylan, when we visit back when we get a chance to visit Whitby again, we will. But unfortunately, we can't now from the travel restrictions. I've just seen one there from, what's that one from Slacky?
One?
Yeah. DJ Matt Rogers, thank you very much, mate. And there's another one that's just come through from Slacky, was it? There we are. What's the most beautiful place in Cornwall, from Joe and Alicia? I couldn't pick just one. There are so many amazing places in Cornwall.
Depends if you want beach.
God, I mean, look at the coastal exploring playlist. There's just, I know that was only like half a dozen places. It's honestly, it can be like heaven. But there are some spots down like Porthcurno which are just incredible.
Porthcurno,
yeah. Why didn't you keep the tuna? Because it is illegal to land bluefin tuna in the UK for a start. Secondly, I still wouldn't have kept them because I think that a dead fish would have tainted the experience. That's one of the most amazing fishing experiences I've ever had in my life.
Can I read this one out for you? It's from Remy. Don't know if you know him. Remy Neftal. I've got a question. How many bedrooms have you got in your house? Because when this COVID is over, I want to come over and fish with you.
All right, man. Remy, okay.
He's got a garage.
Yeah, well, I was just thinking we're a tent as well. Barney, can you do more detailed shore fishing vids, rigs, tackle, etc.? I'm hoping that you're watching the shore fishing for beginners playlist because that should answer your question, mate. Cordell, any tips for catching thornbacks on the east coast? We do have some videos on the channel where I catch thornback rays from the shore and from the boat. James Ridings, yes we do, but obviously we can't at the moment just stay in touch with us on the FishLocker Facebook page. For the East Coast, what I tell you, it was Shane Pulley. That's his stomping ground. If you want to find out how to do it round there, contact Shane Pulley. He's a decent enough bloke that he should be able to help you out. And yeah, he does really well on the thornback race. The Secret Raven, thank you guys for the fantastic videos. Hope all's well. Stay safe. Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you. We're just doing our best. That brings me on to a question that I did get asked, and I'd forgotten about it. We have, the last 12 months, we have managed to do 108 videos just on this channel. And I've got 66 videos on the FishLocker Workshop channel, which was created 13 months ago. Not to mention the videos that Hannah puts up on her channel. We've done around 200 videos in 365 days. The reason why we've flogged ourselves to being able to do that is because there's been that many people that have contacted me to say that they've been helping during these stressful times when people can't go out. I have been getting quite a bit of negative comments from folks recently, because some people don't think that I should be going out fishing, because they think that I should be staying at home. Now, I'm not going to argue the toss with them. I'm not going to argue about regulations, about distances. I am less than 10 miles from the coast in 2 different directions. I'm also a lot less than 10 miles from my boat. This time of year is not the easiest time to get fishing anyway. We will be stepping it back, and we will be doing 1 video a week until things change. It will be every Sunday will be our upload day. If we get the opportunity to make more, we will throw in an extra one on a Wednesday like we have been doing. We've been uploading every Wednesday and every Sunday for the past, since the last lockdown ended, which was June or July. We're going to have to step it back. Like I say, we will be doing at least one every Sunday, and we will be doing is that another one from Daniel Nash?
I don't know if that's a new one or another.
Daniel, that is absolutely amazing. Send me a private message afterwards, and I'll get a crack with you about that. Yeah, I don't have the time, and also at the moment we're homeschooling 2 kids, and we also have other jobs, so I can't sustain it. We'll be doing what we can.
Did you see Brian?
No. Brian, thank you very much for that, mate. Yeah, you tried. I try my very best to. Big S. I recognise that thumbnail. Isn't that the biggest bass that's ever been caught on Matt Forrester's Silver Halo? I'll do my very best, mate. Yeah, I'm glad you're enjoying the videos. Right. Thoughts on second-hand gear on eBay? Yeah, a lot of my gear is second-hand stuff, and a lot of it was bought on eBay. You just some of my gear. So I've got some slosh reels. One of the slosh reels actually that I've got, we've had for 7 years, and I got it on eBay. The only thing I've ever changed is the drag washers in it. Yeah, some of it's fantastic. Adrian, have you done any winter pike fishing? Unfortunately, we haven't had chance because of the restrictions. We would love to do some more winter pike fishing. When do the hounds and taupe come in? Some areas are catching taupe even now. Areas like the Solent, I would say May time for the taupe. The hounds, there are videos on the FishLocker channel catching smooth hounds. I always upload my videos as I have them. It might be uploaded like the following week as I've had time to edit it, but if I've posted it in July, the fish were caught in July. So just look on the videos. And would you rent your house as a holiday home in July for a priceless summer? No. No, it's our house we're living in.
They've asked it about 20 times. So.
Nolani is one of our patrons. I had a Zoom call with her the other day. Thanks for the videos and live stream. It's made my birthday week. I can share that with you probably just on the patrons page because it doesn't go live to the public. give me a message on the patrons page. For anybody that's interested in that, we do have a Patreon account where people, they help me with the proof watching of the videos. We share ideas about future videos, things like that. That is also linked into the description of all of the videos. But 911 people watching, that is
We've
absolutely
got
incredible.
929 likes. It's going quite well.
Thank you very much. For everybody that's liked the video already, thank you very much. For everybody that hasn't, if you can just flick over and give it a like, that would be amazing. And I tell you what, actually, it would be amazing if we could top this of over 1,000 viewers. So
I don't think we've ever had 1,000.
No, we haven't. We've never had 1,000 consecutive viewers. So if you can share it and if you can get other people watching it, that would be amazing. Imagine if we broke 1,000, that would be incredible. What lures do you recommend for cod? There was a video that I've just posted recently onto the FishLocker Facebook page, fishing for cod with lures, on top of the other ones.
1,000 likes.
Amazing. Oh, mate, thank you very much. What's on, John? Have you ever fished King Harry Ferry? Liam, I would never tell you if I have or if I haven't, but if you look on the FishLocker YouTube channel on shore fishing, you might find a couple of videos that look like they're filmed from there. Lures for cod. Slow jigs nail it for cod for me, and pink Savage Gear eels. You will be able to find them. Dave Collins, thank you very much for that, mate.
Is that the Dave Collins from
I
Portsmouth?
think that's the Dave Collins that we know. I did mention he was going to try and come on. Are you looking for a warrior boat at the moment, Dave? Keep an eye on that one if it comes up anymore.
I've already written it down.
Cool, got you.
I'll quieten down a minute.
Yes, that was it. The video that's just gone up, it went up just before Christmas. It was like the 18th of December or something like that. It's got a cod on the thumbnail. That was a low caught cod. And there is one on the FishLocker Facebook page. In the description of those videos, there are links to the lures that I used, so you can find them. Right, that's that one done. Do you go, right, what time are we on? Keep writing them down for 3 more minutes. Do you go fly fishing? I've actually just been gifted a fly rod by one of my friends, Robbie. And I've been doing some practicing where we are, but I haven't been able to get to anywhere to be able to use it yet. So, yes and no. In fact, Floxwood, it's the Skerry's eel in pearl. If you have a look on the bass fishing videos where they're in the thumbnail, there's links to them. Stephanie Frill, keep an eye on that one. I'll come to that in a second. I'll finish the question that I'm reading. The fly fishing one. As soon as we get the opportunity to, we will be doing more. I had hoped to go trout fishing with a fly rod, but it's outside our district. It's like 15 miles away, and it's not worth the risk. I would try it on the boat, but we haven't had any calm enough conditions. I would love to catch a pollock, a bass, and a mackerel on the fly. That one, what was it?
Stephanie Farrell.
Stephanie Farrell. What was your... Where's it gone? There we go. What was your most favourite catch or find while out exploring? I've found some incredible things. Probably Pinchy Thanos. That was. If for anybody that's not aware of the legend that was Pinchy Thanos, it was a monster lobster. I mean, its claws were bigger than my hand. I found that in a rock pool on a beach one time. It's in one of the foraging videos. Yeah, that's probably going to be one of the best things. I've found octopus before, sea cucumbers, top knots, all sorts of things. Fishing reels. When we were a kid, I found a World War II medal in the harbour. Alex Page, yes. As soon as things are safe again, we will be meeting up with that crazy northerner. Is it possible to buy downloads of your vids or get a DVD?
Brian asked. He wants to show it to someone that doesn't have internet.
Ah, right.
It's a good question.
Yeah, that is a good question. That he was asking if there's any way of being able to buy copies of the videos on DVD so that you could show them to a friend who hasn't got internet. I will look into that. Brian, send me a message on the FishLocker Facebook page. Send me a private message so that I've got your contact details and I'll look into that. Ryan Hollingsworth. That's an interesting way of writing that. It's my pleasure, Ryan. Thank you very much for the donation. That's from that Pharrell one. No.
Ollie McDonald.
Ollie McDonald, amazing mate. Thank you very much.
You got that one.
What was the blue? What was the Danny Marson? Thank you very much. Thank you, Danny. What was the yellow one?
That was Dave Collins.
Right. Amazing. Just making sure that we haven't missed any. Have you ever been fishing in Essex? No, I haven't. No, I haven't been fishing in Essex before. I've only been to Essex twice. One of them was when I was in the Navy, wasn't it? You'll notice how anything to do with any dates or anything like that, I have to ask Hannah because I'm terrible with dates. Have you ever fished the mouth of the Tyne? Yes, I have. I used to. I think I can hear James running off. Yes, I have. Once or twice when I was younger. Mark Caver, send me a private message to the FishLocker Facebook page, mate. I've just seen your message come through. Send me a private message to the FishLocker Facebook page and I'll explain it to you.
A few people have asked how you donate. If you look down at the bottom of the chat
this
box,
is kind of what I'm going to say as well, is that YouTube takes 30% of any of these donations that we're going to pay. So if you do want to donate, you're probably better off contacting me directly. James Callard, send me a private message to the FishLocker Facebook page because, like I've just explained, YouTube takes 30%. So all I'll do is I'll just give you a PayPal and you can just PayPal it directly to I've got a PayPal account for the channel and anything that I'm going to be buying online, like from eBay and for tackle, I buy from that PayPal account. So just if you contact me, I'll just give you that. Mark, thank you very much, Mark. That's very kind of you. Gareth, I'm afraid I haven't. Most of the fishing areas that we fish down here in Cornwall are hard to get to, so they aren't the best places for doing videos for disabled anglers. Yes, Steve, it is ridiculous. Jacob, what's your favourite alcohol? We don't actually drink very much. Not anymore. I drank myself to excess when I was younger. I feel like I did all my drinking before I reached the ages of 26. But I love rum. I am a rum drinker. Heading to the northwest of Scotland in September, where is best to try for a common? Does he mean a common skate?
Yes.
We caught ours around Oban. So, yeah, that would be a good place to go to. Right, Johnny.
Oh, there's 938 people watching. All
Johnny,
share it.
Yeah. Send me a private message on the FishLocker Facebook page and I'll be able to speak to you. The reason I'm saying that is because I can't private message people on YouTube.
Alright, I'm not going to write any more down now.
All I'll do is I don't want to share anything publicly. If you private message me, I can chat to you about it and I can send you links. What's that? Is that what, Hannah? I can't really write.
Demookie.
Okay. Would a bass take a live mackerel in cloudy water like the Mersey? I wouldn't use a live mackerel in the Mersey. What I would use is a live pouting or a live whiting. The best thing you can do is you can present for them a bait which they are eating. If you're fishing on a mark and you're catching small whiting, the bass and the cod that are around there will be eating small whiting. Ross Morrison, send me a private message to the FishLocker Facebook page and I'll send you the PayPal. That's amazing. Thank you very much. 951.
952.
952.
Oh,
amazing. Thank you. Yeah, they will take what they're eating there normally. So if you can catch a pouting, if you can catch a whiting, that's what they're going to be eating. Mike, that's the way to do it. So yeah, pouting or whiting. I've even caught them on blennies before. I wouldn't recommend, just going back 1 second, Doug, I wouldn't recommend going to Lockline Pier because there are some unhappy locals about people going there. Also, quite a lot of skate are getting killed because there's quite a bit of wreckage at the feet of Lockline Pier and there are quite a lot of skate getting lost to snags and they're dying. That's quite a funny joke. Thank you very much. 964. Oh, it's getting close.
970. We need 30 more people watching.
Are we both making a career out of YouTube? No, we enjoy our jobs. We never intended on YouTube being our career. YouTube right now at the moment, at this point in time when we can't really go to work, then yeah, YouTube is kind of our career. But that's just a matter of necessity. And at the moment I'm putting in more hours than I would do with a full-time job. So what about Robson Green? I hope he's not comparing me to Robson Green. So yeah, we are devoting a lot of our time to YouTube, but that's just because a lot of people are able to view us on YouTube. Stu, thank you very much, mate. I have caught giant trevally. I caught it on a hand line, actually. I've caught quite a lot of fish on hand lines, fishing from rigs and cargo vessels and things like that. I can sing I can't even say sea shanty. So no, I would. Yeah, I'm trying to think of somewhere to recommend you go for skate fishing. There are skate fishing groups on Facebook page. 1016, 1019.
Oh, yay.
That's amazing. Thank you very much, everyone. Ah, that's incredible. So yeah, everybody that is present right now, you are part of the largest live audience that we have ever had on the FishLocker. Thank you very much, everyone.
Everyone has to go and subscribe
That's
to my
amazing.
new channel.
Yeah, this would be the perfect time to mention my wife's new channel, which is Hannah's House and Home.
Everyone go and subscribe.
As I've mentioned before, and this will be
I'm not even trying to keep up with
this
that.
will be something where anybody who's thinking about starting out a YouTube channel, the hardest hurdle to reach is 1,000 subscribers. Now, you don't even need to watch the videos. If you know somebody that's starting up a channel, go and give them a like, go and give them a subscribe. If you want to watch their videos, tick the notification bell. Simply by you subscribing to their channel, you're helping them. If you want to watch the videos and help them out like that, that's perfect. But just get 4 more people liking it. Oh,
3 more.
997. Hannah's trying to take a screenshot of it.
Someone's just asked, what lipstick are you wearing? It's gorgeous. I don't know if they're talking to you or me.
I hope you're talking to Hannah. There, 1010. Good.
Yes. I am wearing, I think it's called Redwood. It's an Arbon one. Our first live stream with over 1,000 viewers.
Thank you very much, Mike. That was very kind of you.
Whoever it was that asked, drop me a message on Instagram or Facebook.
As I was saying, anybody that's starting out a YouTube channel, the hardest hurdle to reach is 1,000 subscribers. So if you know somebody that's got a channel and you want to help them out, just subscribe. Like I say, you don't need to watch the videos. The people that like their channel, that are interested in their content, they will watch their videos. You just need to, by subscribing to their channel, you're helping them. So if any of you would like to be able to help Hannah reach 1,000, that would be great. It's called Hannah's House and Home. Lee Pierce, thank you very much for that. We're simply sharing what we love doing. If we can help people out along the way, then that's worthwhile for me.
Someone's asked what it costs for us to run/store the boat.
Tyler Darren, what does it cost to run or store the boat? That depends entirely. There's a lot of variables in that one. It would depend on how big your boat is, where you want to keep it, whether you want to keep it in the water, whether or not the marina or a swing mooring. There's a lot of things. If you were interested, for you, there is a video which is called A Small Boat Owner's Guide to Buying a Boat, and I cover all the costs. Like, I give you a rough estimate of what it's going to cost to buy a boat, what type of boat, the type of engine, where to keep it, that type of thing. If you're asking me personally, I will share for you some of the costs via private message. I'm not going to publicise it.
Someone called Lauren just asked.
I didn't miss another 50. It was Daniel Nash, just for fun. That's amazing.
Can I answer my question now?
You can, while I read this one.
Someone called Lauren Slay. Sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. Did I go on the boat when I was pregnant? Yes, I did. I actually flew out to Texas to meet John once while I was pregnant, and we went fishing, and I think it was February, wasn't it?
The video is on the channel. There is a video.
The second video.
Yeah, the big drum.
The second big drum.
You trying to rub it in?
No,
that you
I
got
don't
to?
think we did one when I was pregnant.
I'm pretty sure they did. The biggest drum was that not when you were pregnant?
Yeah, but we've only got a video of the first one, haven't we? Anyway, yes, I did. I flew out to Texas and we went fishing out of, was it Galveston Bay?
Wait, you've seen Dollar Bay, which
Dollar
is near
Bay.
Galveston.
I think I was 5 months pregnant and it was February and it was freezing and they were like, oh, you're not going to catch very much. And then I caught like a 50-pound black drum.
On a spinning rod. It was incredible. But saying that, you came flounder fishing with me out of Whitby when you were like 8 months pregnant, weren't you? I've got a photo of her peeling peeler crab legs.
Yeah.
When she's got like she's like resting peeler crab legs on her big belly.
Rocks.
Don't tell people that.
You stayed too long.
Edward, if you send me a PM to the FishLocker Facebook page, I'll send you the PayPal details. I don't want to give it out over here. So just send me a private message on the FishLocker Facebook page and I'll send you it, mate. That would be amazing. Thank you very much. It probably was the pheromones. Danny, thank you very much. Jonathan Parry, Hannah's channel is called Hannah's House and Home. Or her other channel is just called Hannah Locker. She started that channel up because in some of our videos, people were saying that the foraging videos, they reminded them of ASMR. Now, for people that aren't aware, ASMR is like that tingling feeling you get in the back of the neck when you hear certain sounds. So people asked her, can you start making some of those videos? So she did. That channel, she has devoted purely to that, to try and help people out because it's been helping people with their anxiety lately.
Apparently we need to do a husband and wife fish off. We've never done that, have we?
No, we haven't. But the difficulty that we've got at the moment, though, is that we have 2 kids. So we would,
as soon as they're back at school.
As soon as they're back at school and we can get out, we'll drop the kids off at school and we'll run straight out to the boat and we'll do a husband and wife fish off.
I mean, every fishing trip's a fish off.
Yeah,
We've just never filmed it like that, have we?
You don't get married not to compete with each other, do you? It's always a battle. No, please help me out here. I mean, I'm not going to say it's constantly a war, but you like to be the one that wins, don't you? In your beginner shore fishing vids, you don't wear a finger protector when casting braid. Do you think a beginner should wear one? I don't cast with braid. You will notice that I specifically mention, and I give like mention to it 4 or 5 times in the shore fishing for beginners video recently, the rods and reels video. I show you about a shock leader. Now, the reason I mention a shock leader specifically is because it's a safety aspect, and I've seen people trying to cast without a shock leader, and what you'll do is you'll crack off a lure or spinners or feathers and you'll end up hitting someone and it'll hurt them, potentially even kill them. So a shock leader is a safety aspect, and what that is for every ounce of lead that you're casting, if you're casting a 4-ounce lead and a 2-ounce bait, that's 6 ounces. So you need at least a 60-pound mono shock leader, or your braid needs to be that strong. So you can fish straight through braid. Ryan McCourt, yeah, yeah, thank you very much. If you're fishing straight through braid and your braid's like 60 or 70 pound, that's okay because it's strong enough. But if your main line's 20 pound and you're trying to cast a 6-ounce lead, you're in risk of snapping off and either hurting yourself or hurting somebody else. That's why you need a shock leader. And the length of the shock leader wants to be 1.5 times the length of the rod. So if you've got a 14-foot shock leader, you're going to want over 20 feet of, if you've got a 14-foot rod, you're going to want over 20 feet of shock leader. That's so that you have a couple of wraps of mono around your reel and around your finger. Because if you try casting really hard with braid, you will cut your finger. Yeah, I'm not gonna repeat that, but yeah, he told me at the time it was because there was a big seal. So yeah, sorry, shock leaders. So I will always have mono over my finger. I will never be casting straight with braid. If you are casting straight with braid, using like a leather glove or a finger protector.
Someone keeps asking what we film our videos with. It's all on GoPro 8s predominantly.
Yeah, we have 3 different. We have 3s, 5s, and 8s, and we film all of our footage on a mixture of the 3s, 5s, and 8s, depending on what they are, because they're suited to different things. Cool it with the Huskies. Have you any more homemade pots vids coming up? I'm assuming that you mean hauling the pots. I've brought the pots out of the water for the winter.
No, making them, sorry.
No, so I don't need to because there's already one on the channel, if that makes sense.
I just didn't know if there was any other ways of making them.
No, what I will do is I'll I am going to be getting a few different types of pots, like a top entry pot, a top entry parlour, or a steel one, or some things like that. And I'm going to fish them against each other. I might see about making like a joke one up out of like some shopping baskets or something. I'll see what I can do. But the homemade pots that I make, there is a video already on the channel. Amazing. I want to thank everybody.
Thank you everyone that's subscribing. We're up to 199 now.
Right. Jenny H. Glad to hear Hannah is doing more cooking videos. Love the ones where we cook the lobster. Yeah. We really love the Spargo's Kitchen videos. Not only that, because Jim is an absolutely amazing cook, but I think that like a big foraging session or like a momentous fishing occasion like the John Dory's, you want to share it with you want to share it with the people that you love. You want to share the things that you love with the people that you love. So we love going around and having like a big family cook-up. As soon as we are able to mix with different households again, we will be going back to Jim's and we'll be doing more cooking.
Yeah, I well want a night off cooking.
We have considered going out and we were going to get some oysters and we were going to do like a different oyster eating on the beach.
Vomiting video.
Yeah, but we will see what we can do. These are the type of things that we talk about with the patrons. These are like questions that I'll ask them. Do you think people would enjoy this? So yes, I have run out of questions. I will quickly. Do you prefer fishing or foraging? We love both. We just do what the conditions allow. If it's good weather for foraging, we'll go foraging. If it's good weather for fishing, we'll go fishing. The booths, love the videos. I've put plenty of your ideas to good use. Rob Booth, landlocked in Nottingham. I'm very glad that the videos are being helpful for you, mate. That's why we make them. I will say Daniel Nash, mini eggs, yeah. Daniel Nash, if you're still watching here, mate, I am still absolutely blown away by those donations. Thank you very much. That's very kind. And yes, I am. I've just seen a comment fly through there. Yes, I am the British record holder for bass from the shore. Yeah.
I haven't bass fished from the shore for a while.
Yeah. For the guy that's asking, Felix D, brains or mono? I think you mean braid or mono. There is a video on the FishLocker Workshop channel called something like, all you have to do is Google FishLocker Workshop what braid, and I talk about all the different braids I use. There are different characteristics, the different properties, and why I choose them for different things.
Should get James.
You can do, yeah, go and grab him. Mark Urick, send me a PM, send me a private message to the FishLocker Facebook page, and I will send you a PayPal if you wish to do that. I think James is wanting to make a... Do you do baseball caps? I'm afraid that we don't. The company that we were working with that do the baseball caps, we no longer work with those anymore. Anybody that's wanting any FishLocker merchandise, like the t-shirts or the hoodies and things like that, you'll need to go onto the T-Mill store. And the T-Mill store is in the description of all the videos and pinned to the top of the FishLocker Facebook page. Is that J4LAR1? What's the best way to start a fishing channel? There is a live, I've mentioned it already, there is a live, one of the first ones I ever did, and it explains what it's like having a fishing channel. That will...
saying, hi James.
Hi.
Say, thank you for my toy donation.
Thank you for my toy donation.
There we go.
You alright? You're a bit tired?
He's a bit shy.
Yeah.
He's been play fighting with Lizzie.
Hannah has actually just got some boxing gloves. Her friend's given us some gloves so we can do a little bit of stress relief in the house. No, so she can do a bit of training. James has taken them on and he's punched
you love them, don't you?
Punched me everywhere possible, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
On my new channel, James has just done a video with me, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, James filmed one of the videos.
Mm-hmm. This is for everybody that's just joined the video. I'm sorry, but we're just about to leave. What I will be doing, Count Basingstoke III, thank you very much. We are just about to sign off. What I will do is I will upload this video, so if any of you have missed it, you can go back and watch from the start. Thank you very much to everyone that's taken part. This has been the largest live stream that the FishLocker has ever done. That's amazing. We will be doing, I put the question up on the channel last month about how often you would like me to do lives. And the majority said I think it was 59% out of like 4,000 people that had voted on it, had said the first Friday of the month. We will be doing a live on the first Friday of every month. Moving forward, I will be doing one video per week, which is every Sunday. If we have the opportunity to do an extra video, that will be our Wednesday upload. I hope you've enjoyed joining us. Are you hiding down there now?
Yeah.
I hope you've enjoyed joining us. All the very best. Oh, you're a mama's boy now, are you?
Yes, yes.
That was different when me and you were teleporting down on the beach, wasn't it? All the very best. Take it easy. Look after yourselves. Have a good one.